It's time to get creative with Cassie. Welcome to my paper studio. Today we're going to do a Create in 15. That means we can do this project in less than 15 minutes. To get started, you're going to need some labels, some numbers, some words, some bits and pieces of lace or fabric or just layering bits, some string, maybe some ink. I've got some parchment paper here, and I've also got some book pages here. So we're going to see what we can create. So the reason I call this Create in 15 is because you can do it in 15 minutes or less. And today is going to be all about clusters. So I like to do a little cluster exercise every once in a while. And what I mean by that is I just make different little piles around my desk. So I've also got some fabric scraps here, and I've also got, some lace bits in this jar sitting beside me. So just make up several different little piles of stuff. So in this little tray here, I've got some word labels that come from Junk with Stuff. I've got a variety of different numbers here, and then I've just got like a variety of labels here. So yeah, anyway, let's get started. So to make a cluster, you need to start with a base, right? So I'm just gonna rip. I've also got this that has some like coffee dyed goodness in it, but we'll see what we use. So you don't think about it. There's no rhyme, there's no reason. Make them different sizes, different shapes, whatever. So, and in 15 minutes you should be able to make a few different clusters. So I'm just going to take this and lay it down, put a piece of book page on top. That's a little too straight for me. Okay, we'll put this on top. Now I'm going to put a piece of fabric down. I'm not thinking, I'm just doing. Okay, put a piece of fabric there. We'll use a little different piece of fabric here. Okay, now I want something else to layer on top. I'm just going to take this bit and trim it because I don't want that piece on it. So we'll put that there. And on this, I'll just use this piece, but I want it inked. So, and this is one of those latch rug kit things. Okay, now maybe we want some lace. So that's too small of a piece of lace. You don't want to overthink it too much. This is my favorite lace. We'll just throw this on both of them. Okay, little piece of lace, little piece of lace. Now we have this done. So now I'm going to pick a word or something. See, and my lace is going this direction, and my word would go this direction. So I'm not too keen on that. There, I kind of like that. So we'll move this like that, and I will go back and ink because I just want it inked. I like that up there. Okay, so now I'm going to ink up my book page. And then if I want any ink on my lace or my fabric, we can do that now too. And I am just using the Distress ink in the color Vintage Photo. So I know that goes there. I'll put a little bit of ink on my fabric just to dirty it up some. This piece on there, put the lace there, And then we'll ink up our label. And I think underneath my label it needs a little something more, so I'm going to get a few random threads and just put that there. Sorry for all the noise in the background. Hubby's doing garbage. So again, on this other one, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to ink up my book page. Put it on top of my parchment. And then just build my cluster. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, you can attach these a multiple of different ways. You can use your tiny attacher and just staple. So if I put a staple there and here and there, then that's all stapled together. It's not going to go anywhere. Or you can glue it, or you can stitch it. And I'll stitch one real quick with my machine and show you what that looks like. And when I stitch these with my machine, I like to use a zigzag stitch because it just catches more of the layers, I think. But there's no rhyme or reason to this. Okay. So there we have that cluster. And these clusters, they're neutral. They're plain Jane. So you can set these aside and then pick them up and use them in whatever project. And say I'm using them in a botanical book or something. I could come in and put a flower on here or a leaf or whatever. So there's two in just a couple of minutes. Now I'm just going to do the same thing. And I like to make multiples at the same time. So these are going to be a little bit smaller, possibly. I don't know. Maybe they won't be smaller. Maybe they'll end up being the same size or bigger. Okay, we'll just stick this here. You can even have your words going sideways if you want. Put that there. And we'll put this one on here. Okay. So now we need fabric. Do a piece of fabric. Piece of fabric. And these are the only two fabrics I have in my thing right now, so it's what I'm using. Piece of fabric, piece of fabric. Okay, let's get some fun stuff. Oh, I've used all the burlap. Okay, I need to refill my little box. So we'll put that there, and we'll put that there. Let's see here. I've got some little pieces of doily we could put on a couple. So there, we've got that, and then we'll just use some lace. Don't think about it, just put the stuff down and call it good. Now with these, those have the doily, so I'm not going to put any more lace on those, just because the doily is kind of a lot. So let's find a cute number or something. I kind of like, no, I don't like that. I thought I did, but I don't. Ooh, I do like that though. So we'll put that on there. And then I'm just going to trim this down. And we'll stick this across there. Let's do one with a label across it. Okay, and then let's do one of these like grungy labels. That's kind of fun. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back and I'm going to ink my pieces. And just like that, in a matter of just a couple of minutes, I've got 4 more clusters. These are so fun to make. They're addicting. They're easy. You could do them sitting on the couch, watching TV in the evening with your husband, or whatever. They're just super simple, easy. Okay, I'm going to ink this one up. Again, give this some ink and my book page. And if you want to ink all of your pieces as you're adding them, you can do that too. I just like to do it, you know, all at once. You could even pre-ink a bunch of pieces and have them in your little arsenal ready to go. And I like to make mine neutral, just that way I can grab them and make them fit into whatever I'm doing. But you could make them in all different colors. You could do pink ones, purple ones, blue ones, green ones, red ones. You could do some with Christmas papers. I mean, the options are endless. You could add music page in here. You can do magazine pages. It doesn't matter. Just throw the stuff together, put a few stitches in it or a staple or two, and you're good to go. Okay. Oops. I took a deep breath and kind of blew that one across the table. Okie doke. I'm going to stitch. And then I'll stitch this one. And if you want to paper clip these together and take them to your sewing machine later, I know a lot of people that do that as well. So what they do is they just use a paper clip, they clip all their layers together, and then they take them to their sewing machine, and then they just run them through one right after another. They don't even tear them off and cut in between each piece or nothing. They just do them all. Another thing that I really like about stitching them is your layers. You can move your layers. So like this, if I decided I wanted to tuck something else up under here, I can. But yeah, all my layers are attached and they're not going to go anywhere. So in just a matter of a few minutes, we've made 6 little clusters. So if you only have 10 minutes or 15 minutes to sit down and do a project, this is an awesome project, and you can get a handful of clusters in a matter of no time. So remember, guys, to make today your own and make it creative. Until next time, stay creative. Toodaloo.